Hi, y'all. I pray everyone is doing well. Time for another Stat Jewel. So, this week I wanted to talk about one of my favorite gifts of the Holy Spirit, and that is the gift of knowledge. It is like you would get information on things that's going to happen like shortly. So, it provides me with comfort, and this is why I find it so important for you guys to develop a personal relationship with God, because this is when all these things come on you. And you can read about the gifts of the Holy Spirit in 1 Corinthians chapter 12. So, well, it's like I'll just know stuff. And a lot of times it takes me, especially when I'm in a stressful situation, and they'll speak on it, and immediately the Holy Spirit will speak. And I'm like, okay, it comforts me. Like yesterday at work, we were short and I had 5 patients, and so they were going to add my 6th patient. And I'm like, man, that's just too much. And I wanted to cut up. But the Holy Spirit spoke and let me know that I would receive that patient, but I wouldn't get that patient. I was like, okay, sometimes it doesn't make sense, but just know it will make sense later. So I was like, okay, so I took the patient's name down, tried to look them up, but I just couldn't get enough, time to pull them up. So they ended up calling report, and it was around 4:30. So I'm thinking like, okay, Lord, you said I would receive that patient, but I wouldn't get that patient. So their call report, so I received the report. And normally when they call report, they're calling from another department within the hospital. But this time they were calling from an outside hospital. So I received a report on that patient, but I was never going to get that patient because they were over like an hour and a half away. And there was no way they're going to make it from there to me, and that nurse still had other things to do. So I was like, okay, I get it. And things like that are constantly happening. It's just like, even if you think that you're not going to do something, when the Holy Spirit speaks and gives you that knowledge, it comes to be. Like, this one's like funny to me because we just recently went on vacation to South Padre Island, and our dog stayed in a little doggy hotel in Pearland. And so when I went to go pick her up, there's like a donut shop in that same strip center. So I went in, got the donuts, but as soon as I stepped in, I got information that I would be getting donut holes. So immediately I looked up there at the donut holes, and I was like, no, I'm not going to order that. I ordered everything that I got, and the guy ended up giving me like a whole bag of donut holes. So I was like, okay. So yeah, I was going to get donut holes. It's just like knowledge like that. Even I remember I went on this date. This would be my last one, and then I'm going to end this video. I went on a date, and the Holy Spirit was just like telling me so much about this person. And I was like, okay, in 3 days, this will be done. In 3 days, it was done. And there was no more communication. But it was like everything that the Holy Spirit said came to be. And it was like I was able to see it all. So the gift of knowledge and just having that extra bit of information helps you make the right choices. And that's why I'm like, develop that relationship with God, because, it's very helpful. It's nothing special that I'm doing. It's that I'm taking the time for Him. That's what He wants. He wants you to take the time for Him, to seek Him, and He's going to add everything that you need. He's going to tell you everything that you need to know. He's going to line you up with the right people. He's going to send you in the right direction. I mean, He gives you so much information. It's not even hints. He tells you what's going to happen. So just trust and believe. Develop your relationship. Go and read 1 Corinthians chapter 12 for yourself. Learn about the gifts of the Holy Spirit. And, ask yourself, hey, do I have any of these gifts? Drop that down in the comments below if you have any gifts of your own or any stories that you want to share. Peace, love, and blessings.